My hands are not my own anymore. They are shaped by the haft of the pickaxe, two claws of callus and split nail. The skin is a map of old cuts and new blisters, a testament to work that never ends. I lift the pick. I swing. The iron bites into the rock face with a sharp crack, and the clang joins the chorus. A spray of dust and stone chips patters against my face. I taste granite and stale air. I breathe it in. It is the only air there is. It is what is killing us, slow and quiet. Another swing. The muscles in my back and shoulders burn. It is a familiar burn, a constant companion. At first it was agony, a fire that made me want to scream. Now it is just a presence. Like the damp that seeps through my thin tunic or the ache in my knees. It is part of the job, part of the place, part of me. I am Einar, I think. I was a lumberjack from a small settlement near Falkreath. I had a wife. I had a daughter with hair the color of autumn leaves. These are facts, but they feel like they belong to another man. A man who did not taste rock dust for breakfast. A man whose hands could still hold his child's without scratching her. The guard, Gruel, walks the tunnel. He is an orsimer with a face like a collapsed rock pile. His armor is iron, but it shines with care, a stark contrast to our rags. He carries a mace at his belt, and his knuckles are always bruised. He does not need the mace often. His fists are enough. He stops behind a thin Breton Waylon who is coughing, a dry, hacking sound that gets lost in the noise of the picks. "Your quota, Waylon," Gruel grunts, his voice a low rumble. "Thonar Silverblood does not pay me to watch you spit your lungs out. He pays me to get his silver." Waylon nods, not looking up. He just swings his pick faster, a frantic, clumsy rhythm. We all do. The sound of Gruel's boots on the stone is the only thing that can make the frantic heartbeat of the mine beat even faster. The Silverbloods own this mine. They Markarth. They own the guards. They own us. I ended up here after a brawl in the Silverblood Inn. One of their cousins, drunk and loud, put his hands where they were not welcome. On my wife. I did not kill him. He tripped, hit his head on the corner of the bar. It did not matter. He was a Silverblood. I was not. The trial was short. Nepos the Nose himself gave the testimony. An old man paid to say what he is told. So now I swing a pickaxe for the rest of my life to pay for a spilled drink and a cracked skull. Justice in the city of stone is as hard and unyielding as the rock we dig. I have to make my quota. 3 baskets of ore by shift's end. It does not sound like much. But the veins are thin here and the rock is stubborn. My arms feel like lead. I focus on a spot on the wall, a dark streak of silver. I aim for it. Swing, clang, swing, clang. The world shrinks to this single point of impact. The rock, the pick, the muscles pulling and screaming. Nothing else can exist. If I think of my wife's face, my daughter's laugh, the swing falters. The burn in my shoulders becomes unbearable. So I do not think. I swing. The first basket is full. I haul it over to the collection point, my boots slipping on the loose scree. The weight is immense, straining my spine. I dump the ore into the larger cart with a deafening crash. 2 more to go. I do not look at the other men. I do not look at their faces, streaked with grime and sweat, their eyes empty. To look at them is to look in a mirror, to see the same worn-out look. We are ghosts haunting the stone, our existence measured in the slow scrape of iron on rock. Back at the wall, the pick feels heavier now. My breath comes in ragged gasps. The air is thick with dust. Each breath is a little bit of the mine entering my body, settling in my lungs, turning them to stone. I can feel it. A tightness in my chest that was not there a month ago. A few men here have the rattle, a wet, deep cough that shakes their whole body. They do not last long after that. I see Wayland stumble. He drops his pick. It clatters on the floor. Gruel is on him in a second. He grabs the Breton by the collar of his rags and slams him against the rock wall. Wayland's head makes a dull thud. "Tired?" Gruel snarls, his face inches from Wayland's. "Pick it up." Wayland slides down the wall, leaving a smear of dirt. He does not move. For a second, the rhythm of the picks in our section falters. A dozen men pause, watching, waiting. It is a dangerous quiet. Gruel turns his head, his small eyes sweeping over us. A threat without words. Slowly the picks start again. One by one. A man near me turns away, focusing on his work with a new intensity. I do the same. I lift my pick. I swing, clang. I cannot help Wayland. Helping him means Gruel's attention. It means missing my quota. It means a beating. Or worse, no food. I have to make my quota. I swing again. Harder. The sound drowns out the quiet gasps from the floor. That is how you survive here. You learn what not to see, what not to hear. After a few minutes, Gruel drags Wayland to his feet. He shoves him back towards his spot on the wall. "Work," he says. Just that one word. Wayland, dazed, picks up his tool. He leans against the wall, his whole body trembling. But he swings. A weak, pathetic tap. Tap, tap. It is a pitiful sound against the roaring chorus of the mine. But it is the sound of survival. For one more day. I fill my second basket. The work is automatic now. My body knows the movements. My mind is somewhere else, floating in the dark. It is a defense, a way to endure the hours. I do not count them. There is no sun down here, no moon. There is only the shift, the work, and the brief, dreamless dark that follows. When the bell finally rings, a deep, resonant clang that cuts through the noise, my body sags with relief. My hands can barely uncurl from the pickaxe haft. We drop our tools where we stand. No one speaks. We just form a line, a shuffling procession of gray figures. Gruel and the other guards watch us, their hands on their weapons. They herd us out of the tunnels, through the main chamber, and up the winding stairs to the barracks. The barracks is one large, miserable cavern. Stone bunks line the walls, each with a thin, filthy straw pallet. The air is thick with the smell of sweat, sickness, and despair. We are given our meal, a bowl of thin, watery gruel with a few lumps of something unidentifiable floating in it, and a chunk of hard, stale bread. I eat it. I eat it all. It is fuel, nothing more. It has no taste. Or maybe my tongue is just coated in too much dust to notice. I find my bunk in the corner. I collapse onto the straw. It crackles beneath me. My body aches. Every muscle is a knot of pain. I close my eyes. The clang of the pickaxes is still there, a steady, rhythmic pulse in my head. I try to remember my daughter's face, the specific curve of her smile, the way her eyes would light up when I came home from the forest. It is getting harder. The image is blurry, faded, like an old painting left out in the rain. The mine is washing it away. It is washing everything away. All that is left is the stone, the dust, and the sound. The endless, repeating clang. I must have slept. The kick to my bunk is what wakes me. It is still dark. It is always dark. A guard is moving down the line, his boot connecting with stone and flesh. "Up! Move it! Your breakfast is getting cold!" A cruel joke. It is always cold. I swing my legs over the side of the bunk. My back cracks. A groan escapes my lips. I stifle it. Gruel hates noise in the morning. He calls it complaining. My hands are stiff. I have to force my fingers to bend one by one. The blisters from yesterday have wept in the night, and now the skin is stuck to the straw pallet. I peel it away. I do not flinch. Pain is just another sensation, like the chill of the stone floor on my bare feet. The line for Gruel is silent, a shuffle of broken men. I take my bowl. I drink the gray liquid down. I chew the bread, forcing it down my raw throat. It feels like swallowing sawdust. It is better than nothing, just barely. Across the room I see Waylon. He has a large dark bruise on his cheek and his eyes are glassy. He catches me looking and gives a small, almost imperceptible shake of his head. A warning. Do not connect. Do not show weakness. I look away. We are herded back down into the earth. The air gets cooler, damper. The smell of wet rock and metal dust fills my lungs. It is the smell of my tomb. We collect our picks. The haft is familiar in my hands. Too familiar. It feels like a part of my arm. Today we are in a new tunnel. Deeper. The walls glitter with moisture. A constant drip, drip, drip of water echoes somewhere in the dark. A counterpoint to the coming storm of pickaxes. A small rockfall happened here yesterday. A man broke his leg. They dragged him out. I did not know his name. We will not see him again. The mine takes what it wants. I find a spot on the wall. The work begins. Swing, clang. The rhythm asserts itself. It takes over my breathing, my heartbeat. I am a machine made of flesh and bone, and this is my only function. I chip away at the stone, my world reduced to a few feet of rock face illuminated by the flickering torchlight. Hours pass, or minutes. Time is meaningless. There is only the quota. I have filled one basket. My shoulders are on fire. A new pain, sharp and deep, has settled behind my right shoulder blade. I try to ignore it. I shift my grip. I swing with my left arm leading. It is awkward, slower, but it eases the fire in my shoulder. A shout from down the tunnel, not a guard, a prisoner, a cry of alarm. Then a low rumble. It starts deep in the stone and grows, a hungry vibration that runs up through the soles of my feet. The floor shudders. Dust rains from the ceiling. "Cave in!" Someone screams. Panic. Men drop their picks and run. They scramble over each other, their faces masks of terror. They run towards the main chamber, away from the rumbling. I am frozen for a second. The sound is terrifying, the sound of the mountain waking up. Gruel is there, blocking the exit to the tunnel. He holds a lit torch high. "Back to work," he bellows. "It is nothing. A tremor. The mountain is settling." A large rock detaches from the ceiling and smashes onto the floor just a few feet from him. It shatters into 1,000 pieces. Even Gruel takes a step back. The rumbling intensifies. The whole tunnel is shaking now. "Get back to work or I will break your heads myself," he roars. But there is a tremor in his voice now too. Fear. He is afraid. Seeing that flicker of fear in him is satisfying. A small, bitter piece of satisfaction in this ocean of misery. I do not run. Running is pointless. If the tunnel goes, it goes. I press myself against the wall, making myself small. I watch Waylon. He is on the ground, curled into a ball, his hands over his head. He is weeping. The sound is thin and lost in the deep groan of the stone. The shaking lasts for another minute. It feels like an eternity. Then, as suddenly as it began, it stops. The deep rumbling fades, leaving a stunned quiet. The only sound is the drip of water and the ragged breathing of terrified men. Dust hangs thick in the air, choking me. Gruel lowers his torch. He tries to look commanding, but his face is pale under his gray skin. "See? Nothing. Now get your quotas filled. No excuses." No one moves. We are all looking at the ceiling, at the fresh cracks that have appeared in the rock. We are all thinking the same thing. The next time it might not hold. I push myself off the wall. My legs are shaking. I walk back to my spot. I pick up my pickaxe. My hands are trembling so badly I can barely hold it. I look at the rock face. It seems different now. Not just a source of labor, but a living thing, a thing that could kill me without a thought. I swing. The clang is jarring in the new quiet. It feels like a challenge, or a prayer. One by one, the others follow my lead. The chorus begins again. Clang, clang, clang. But it is different. It is hesitant, frightened. Each strike is a question. Will the rock answer back? I help Wayland to his feet. I do not say anything. I just offer a hand. He takes it. His hand is bony and cold. He gets up, retrieves his pick, and goes back to his wall. He does not thank me. He does not need to. It was not kindness. It was a reflex. An echo of the man I used to be, a stupid reflex. It gets you noticed. I finish my second basket. The pain in my shoulder is a steady throb. I ignore it. I fill the third basket just as the bell rings. I made my quota. I survived another shift. That is all that matters. That night the barracks are not silent. Men mutter to each other in low voices. They talk about the tremor, about the cracks in the tunnel, about the man with the broken leg. They talk about escape. They always talk about escape. Empty talk. Where would you go? Into the Reach with the Forsworn? They are no kinder than the Silverbloods. Better the devil you know. I lie on my bunk. I do not talk. I listen. The hope in their voices is the most painful sound in this whole miserable place. Hope is a luxury we cannot afford. It is a fire that burns you from the inside out, leaving you empty when it is finally extinguished. I learned that after my appeal was denied, no reason given, just a stamp on a piece of paper, denied. I close my eyes. I focus on the ache in my shoulder, on the raw skin of my hands, on the tightness in my chest. I focus on the things that are real. The pain, the work, the clang of the pickaxe that is already starting up again inside my head. It is a lullaby for the damned. And I am so very, very tired. The cough started last week. It is not the rattle, not yet. It is a dry, shallow thing that catches in my throat when the dust is thick, a little tickle that makes my eyes water, but it is there. A reminder, a promise. The stone is inside me now, it is claiming me. The routine has not changed. Wake, Gruel, mine, quota, Gruel, sleep. The days bleed into one another, a long gray smear of time. I do not think about my family anymore. It hurts too much. The memory is a ghost with sharp edges. When it appears, I push it away. I focus on the swing, the impact, the shudder in my arms. The work is harder. The pain in my shoulder is constant. Some days I can barely lift the pick. On those days, I use my body weight, letting the tool fall more than swinging it. The clang is duller, less efficient, but it is a sound, and as long as you're making a sound, the guards tend to leave you be. My conversations with Wayland are shorter. Bad vein today? Aye. Mugrel's in a foul mood. He is always in a foul mood. We do not talk about the outside. We do not talk about the past. We talk about the mine, the rock, the guards, the immediate suffocating reality of our world. It is the only thing that is real. I have lost weight. My tunic hangs on me. I can feel my ribs. The gruel is not enough to sustain a man doing this work. We are all wasting away. We are being consumed. The mine eats rock, and it eats men. The silver goes to the Silverbloods. The bodies go to a pit behind the barracks. I saw them throw a man in there once. He had the rattle. Coughed himself to death in his sleep. They just wrapped him in his pallet and tossed him in. No prayer, no stone, nothing. The days get compressed. The details blur. There is only the rhythm. Lift, swing, clang. Breathe dust, wipe sweat. Lift, swing, clang. Stomach empty, shoulder aches. Lift, swing, clang. Bell, gruel, dark. Sometimes I forget my name. I will be swinging, lost in the motion, and I will try to grasp it. Einar. It sounds strange, foreign. The guards do not use it. They call us dogs, worms, shaveskins. Mugrel calls me Falkreath. Move it, Falkreath. It is easier to be Falkreath. Falkreath is a pickaxe swinging machine. Einar was a man. Men do not last long in Sidna Mine. Wayland's cough is worse. It is deep now, wet. It shakes his thin frame with every bark. He tries to stifle it when Gruel is near, but he cannot. The guard seems to enjoy it. He will stand behind Waylon listening, a small, cruel smile on his face. "Singing the song of the mine, Breton," he will say. "Soon you will be part of the stone for good." I pretend not to hear. I keep swinging. My own cough is getting worse too. Sometimes I have to stop leaning on my pick until the fit passes, my vision swimming. My lungs feel tight like they are wrapped in iron bands. One shift, I wake up burning, a fever. My head is pounding and my limbs feel heavy, disconnected. Every movement is an effort. Getting out of the bunk is a climb up a mountain. The gruel tastes like ash. I know I am sick, but missing a shift is not an option. They do not have healers here, they have overseers. If you cannot work, you are useless. Useless things are discarded. The walk down to the tunnels is a nightmare. The stairs seem to go on forever. I stumble twice. The man behind me shoves me forward, no malice, just impatience. Keep moving. Do not stop the line. The clang of the picks is a physical blow to my head. It hammers at my skull. I find my spot, I lift the pick. The weight is impossible. I can barely get it to my shoulder. My first swing is weak. It glances off the rock with a pathetic scrape. I try again. I put all my strength into it. The pick bites, but the shock of the impact travels up my arms and explodes in my head. Black spots dance in my vision. I lean against the wall, breathing hard. I have to work. I have to make a sound. I manage a few more swings before Gruel notices. He sees my slow pace, my trembling arms. He comes over. I can smell the cheap mead on his breath. "What is this, Falkreath?" He says, his voice dangerously soft. "Feeling lazy today?" I shake my head. "No, sir. Just tired." "Tired?" He laughs. It is not a pleasant sound. He rips the pick from my hands. It clatters to the floor. "You are not tired. You are weak. The mine spits out the weak." He backhands me. My head snaps back, striking the rock wall. The world goes white with pain. I slide to the floor, my senses reeling. I can taste blood in my mouth. He kicks me in the ribs, once, twice. A sharp, cracking sensation. I cry out. "Get up and work," he snarls. I cannot. The pain in my side is a white-hot fire. I cannot breathe. Every gasp is a knife twisting in my chest. I curl into a ball. He kicks me again. I said, "Get up," I hear a voice. "Leave him." It is Waylon. He has stepped between me and the guard. His own pick is held loosely in his hand. He is standing tall. Taller than I have ever seen him. Gruel turns slowly. "What did you say, Breton?" I said, "Leave him be," Waylon repeats. His voice does not tremble. He is sick. For a long moment there is only the sound of the picks from farther down the tunnel and Waylon's ragged breathing. Gruel looks at Waylon. He looks at the pick in Waylon's hand. A slow smile spreads across his face. "Playing the hero?" he says. He takes a step towards Waylon. "That is a mistake." I try to speak, to tell Waylon to stop, to get back to his wall, but the words will not come. I can only watch. Waylon does not back down. He holds his ground. It is the stupidest, bravest thing I have ever seen. Gruel does not even draw his mace. He moves with a speed that is shocking in a man his size. He feints left, and when Waylon shifts his weight, Gruel's fist comes around and catches him on the side of the head. Waylon goes down like a sack of grain. He does not make a sound. Gruel stands over him for a moment. Then he turns to me. "Get up," he says again. His voice is flat. Somehow I do. I use the wall to pull myself up. The pain in my ribs is blinding. Every breath is agony. I retrieve my pick. "Now work," Gruel orders. He nudges Waylon's still form with his boot. "And you can make up his quota for today as well." A lesson about friendship. He walks away. I look at Waylon on the floor. I should help him. I should do something. But I cannot. My own body is screaming. I have to work. I have 6 baskets to fill. 6. It is an impossible number. If I stop, I will be next. I turn to the wall. I lift my pick. My broken ribs protest with a wave of nausea. I swing, scrape. It is a weak sound, a pathetic sound, but it is a start. I swing again, scrape. I do not know how long I work. I lose track of everything but the pain in my side and the growing pile of ore at my feet. Other prisoners give me a wide berth. They do not want to be associated with me, with Waylon. Trouble is a disease here. At some point, other guards come and drag Waylon away. I do not see where they take him. I just keep swinging. I do not make the 6 baskets. I manage 4. It is more than I thought possible. When the bell rings, I am still standing. Just. Gruel comes to collect my tally. He looks at the 4 baskets. He looks at me. I brace for the beating. He just grunts. 2 more tomorrow, Falkreath, on top of your usual. The debt must be paid. He leaves. I am allowed to go back to the barracks. The walk is slow. Every step is a fresh wave of pain. I fall into my bunk. I do not eat. I cannot move. Later in the dark, a shape appears by my bunk. It is Waylon. He is alive. He has a new cut on his forehead, and he moves stiffly, but he is alive. He places something on my bunk. A chunk of bread. His own. "You are a fool," I rasp, the words tearing at my throat. "I," he whispers back. His voice is hoarse. "But you are alive." He shuffles away before I can say anything else. I look at the bread. I am starving, but I cannot eat it. It feels like a stone in my hand, a stone of debt. I put it aside. I lie there in the dark, listening to the symphony of coughing and groaning. I think about Waylon's stupid, brave act. It did not change anything. It just spread the misery around. I have broken ribs. He has a new beating to his name, and tomorrow I owe the mine 2 more baskets. Heroism is a fool's game. Down here there is only survival, and the cost of survival is getting higher every day. The debt took 4 days to repay. 4 days of working past the bell, my body screaming with every swing, my lungs on fire. Gruel watched me the whole time, a silent, menacing presence. By the end of it, I was a shell, an automaton of skin and bone. I would fall into my bunk and not move until the morning kick. I did not dream. I did not think. I just existed in a haze of pain and exhaustion. Time has become a thick, slow-moving river of gray. I do not know if it has been months or years since I came here. The seasons do not exist in the deep earth. There is only the long, unchanging season of the mine. My cough is a part of me now. It is the first thing I hear in the morning and the last thing I feel at night. It is a deep, rattling thing that brings up phlegm thick with gray dust. Waylon has it too. We are a chorus of 2 in our corner of the barracks. The song of the mine, as Gruel would say. One day there is a disruption. A group of finely dressed men and women, led by Silverblood himself, are given a tour of the upper levels. We are kept in the deeper tunnels, out of sight. But the news travels down the line in whispers. They are investors from Cyrodiil. Thonar is showing them the efficiency of his operation. Efficiency. That is what we are. Cogs in his machine. I look at my hands. They are tools. The calluses are so thick I can barely feel anything with my fingertips. My knuckles are swollen, my nails broken to the quick. These are not the hands of a lumberjack. They are the hands of a thing that digs. The visit makes the guards tense. They push us harder. The quotas are increased for the week. "Show the investors what hard work looks like," the overseer shouts at the morning lineup. "Make the Silverblood family proud." I feel a flicker of something, a hot, bitter thing in my chest. Rage. It is a foreign feeling. I have not felt it in a long time. It is too expensive. It burns too much energy. I smother it. I focus on the pick, on the stone. Lift, swing. Clang. The anger fades. It has to. There is no room for it. There is only room for the work. Waylon is fading. I can see it. He is thinner than ever, a skeleton draped in rags. His cough leaves him breathless, leaning against the wall for minutes at a time. He does not talk much anymore. Sometimes I see him staring at his hands, a look of confusion on his face, as if he does not recognize them. I know that look. A new prisoner arrived yesterday, a young Nord, big and strong, with defiance still in his eyes. He reminds me of myself when I first came here. He was a Stormcloak soldier captured near Carthwayston. He still thinks the world operates on rules of war and honor. He refused to work. He told the overseer he was a prisoner of war and demanded to be treated according to the white gold concordat. The overseer just laughed. Gruel was called. I did not watch. I turned away. I focused on my wall. I heard the sounds. A wet smack of a fist hitting flesh, a grunt of pain, a defiant curse, another smack, and another, then a heavy thud. When I looked again, the young Nord was on the ground. Gruel was standing over him, breathing hard. "We have our own concordat here," the Orsimer growled. "You work or you die, your choice." The Nord was dragged to his feet. He was given a pick. He held it for a moment, then he threw it down. "I will not be a slave for imperial bootlickers," he spat. Gruel did not hit him again. He just drew his mace. It was over quickly. One clean, brutal swing. The body was dragged away. A guard came and washed the blood off the stone with a bucket of water. Within minutes, another prisoner was put in the dead man's spot. The work continued. The rhythm of the picks barely faltered. It was a message for all of us. This is not a prison. It is a quarry. And we are not prisoners. We are resources, to be used up and discarded. That night I lie on my bunk and I feel nothing. No fear, no anger, no pity for the young Nord. His death was a simple calculation. He chose defiance. He paid the price. It was his choice. Stupid, just stupid. My choice is to swing the pick, to fill the baskets, to breathe the dust, to cough myself to sleep. My choice is to live, or whatever this is. The line between living and just not being dead is getting thinner every day. It is a line drawn in rock dust, and soon it will be gone completely. There will only be the mine, and the things that crawl within it. Lift, swing, clang. The sound is no longer a chorus, it is a single continuous note, the sound of the world. Breathe dust, my lungs are heavy, they feel full. Wipe sweat, my skin is gray, it is the color of the stone. Lift, swing, clang. My name is gone, my past is a dream. My family is a whisper of a forgotten language. Bell, Gruel, it has no taste. It is just wetness. Dark. It is not rest. It is just the absence of light. Waylon has stopped working. He did not collapse. He did not refuse. He just stopped. He is standing by his section of the wall, his pickaxe resting on the ground by his feet. His arms hang limp at his sides. He is staring at the rock face. His head is cocked to one side as if he is listening to something. His breath is a wet, rattling sound that is audible even over the work. The song of the mine. The final verse. We all see it. We all know what is coming. The men working near him have subtly increased the distance between them, creating a small, empty space around him, an offering to the beast. Take him, not me. I do the same. I do not look at him. I focus on my wall. I swing my pick. My rhythm is steady, unbroken. Lift, swing, clang. I feel Gruel's presence before I see him. A shift in the air, a shadow falling over my section of the tunnel. He is walking slowly, deliberately, savoring it. He stops behind me. I can feel his eyes on my back. My muscles tense. My swing does not falter. Lift, swing, clang. He moves on. He is standing behind Waylon now. The quiet around them is a vacuum, sucking in all other sound. "Breton," Gruel says, His voice is almost gentle. It is the most terrifying sound I have ever heard. Waylon does not respond. He does not move. He just stares at the wall. "I am talking to you," Gruel says, his voice losing its gentle edge. "Pick up your tool. Work." Nothing. Only the sound of Waylon's lungs struggling for air. A thick, gurgling sound. I risk a glance. I cannot help it. Waylon is smiling. It is a strange, disconnected smile. His eyes are unfocused. He is not here. He is somewhere else. Somewhere far away from Sidna Mine. "Are you deaf?" Gruel roars. He shoves Waylon. The Breton stumbles but catches his balance. His smile does not waver. "It is beautiful," Waylon whispers. His voice is a dry rustle of leaves. Gruel stares at him. "What?" "The song," Waylon says, his eyes wide. "Can you not hear it? The stone. It is singing." He has gone mad. The mine has finally broken him. Or freed him. I am not sure which. Gruel is not interested in poetry. He grabs Waylon by the front of his rags. "You will work, or you will die. I have been patient with you, you pathetic worm." Waylon looks at Gruel. He looks right through him. The smile is gone, replaced by a look of profound peace. "I am already dead," he says simply. "I died a year ago. This is just..." The echo's fading. He starts to cough. It is not his usual cough. It is a deep, racking spasm that shakes his entire body. He doubles over, clutching his chest. He falls to his knees. The coughing does not stop. It is a terrible, wet, violent sound. Gruel drops him in disgust. He takes a step back. Waylon is on all fours, his body convulsing. A thick, dark liquid splatters on the stone floor from his lips. It is not phlegm. It is blood, mixed with the gray dust of the mine. He is drowned. On the inside. He collapses onto his side. His body gives one last shudder. And then he is still. The only sound is the drip, drip, drip of water from the ceiling. The entire tunnel is silent. Every pick has stopped. Every man is watching. Gruel looks down at the body. He looks at us, his eyes sweeping across our faces. He is looking for a reaction. Fear, pity, anger, anything. I show him nothing. My face is a mask of stone. I learned long ago that emotions are weapons that can only be used against you. I am a blank wall. I turn back to my work. I lift my pickaxe. The movement is stiff, robotic. I swing. The clang is obscenely loud in the stillness. It is a declaration. I am not him. I am alive. I am working. Another man follows my lead, then another. Within a minute, the chorus is back, the frantic, desperate heartbeat of the mine. We are all working harder than before, proving our worth, proving we are not broken, not yet. 2 guards come and drag Waylon's body away by the feet. He leaves a dark, wet trail on the stone floor. No one watches him go. We are all focused on the wall, on the quota, on the sound of the picks. I do not feel sad. I do not feel relieved. I feel empty, a scraped-out space inside my chest where something used to be. Waylon chose his end. He listened to the stone's song. I choose to keep swinging. I block out the song. I listen only to the clang. The debt is always paid. The mine always gets its due, one way or another. Waylon paid with his life. I am paying with mine, one swing at a time. I do not know which of us got the better deal. What does that make me? The question hangs in my mind for a moment, a puff of smoke in the thick air. Then it is gone. It does not matter. The answer is not important. The only thing that is important is the next swing. I made my quota that day. I made it easily. I did not stop. I did not slow down. I just worked. A perfect, efficient machine. When the bell rang, I dropped my pick and joined the line. I did not look at the spot where Waylon had died. It was just another patch of stone. At the Gruel line, I took my bowl and my bread. I found my bunk. The one next to mine was empty. It felt larger than it should. I ate my food. It was fuel. I lay down on my pallet. The straw crackled. I closed my eyes. For the first time in years, the clang of the pickaxes was not in my head. There was nothing. A great peaceful quiet, a stillness. I did not sleep. I just lay there in the dark, listening to the nothing. I realized what the scraped-out feeling was. It was the last of Einar being scrubbed away. The man who would help a friend, who would feel pity, who would get angry. He was gone. He died with Waylon. All that is left is the thing that survives. The thing that swings the pick. The thing that makes its quota. The thing that does not have a name. I am not sure why I am telling you this part. It does not seem to matter. Wait. Back up. I skipped the part about the bread. The bread Waylon gave me, after Gruel broke my ribs. I never ate it. I kept it. I hid it under my pallet. I do not know why. A reminder, maybe, of his foolishness or mine. After they dragged his body away, after the shift ended, I went back to my bunk. I reached under the pallet. The bread was still there. It was hard as a rock, covered in dust and bits of straw. I took it. I held it in my hand. I thought about throwing it away. It was useless. A dead man's charity, but I did not. I broke off a small piece. I put it in my mouth. It was dry, tasteless. It scratched my throat as I swallowed. I ate all of it. Every last crumb. I do not know why. The kick comes. It is not a boot. It is a wooden club striking the stone bunk next to my head. The sound is sharp. A new guard. He is young and imperial. His face is clean. He has not learned the rhythms of this place yet. He is trying too hard. Up! Move it! Silver does not dig itself, he shouts. His voice is high, nervous. I swing my legs over the side. The body obeys. It knows the routine. The aches are there, the deep burn in the lungs, the permanent fire in the shoulder. They are a part of the morning. Like the sunrise, I can no longer remember. The barracks is the same. The smell is the same. The line is the same. I take my bowl. I drink the gruel. I take my bread. I eat it. It is fuel. We are marched down into the earth. The air cools. The familiar smell of damp stone and metal dust. It is not a tomb. It is a workplace. We collect our tools. The pickaxe feels light in my hands. Balanced, an extension of my arm. My grip is perfect. The calluses fit the worn wood exactly. I find a spot on the wall. It is a good vein, a thick dark line of silver running through the granite. It will be an easy quota today. That is good. Efficiency is good. I do not look at the other men. They are irrelevant. They are competition. They are shadows that make noise. The new guard walks the tunnel. He is trying to imitate Gruel, but he lacks the weight, the presence. His threats are empty. He is just a boy playing a game. He will learn, or he will be replaced. The mine is efficient. I lift the pick. I hold it at the top of its arc. The torchlight gleams on the polished iron tip. The muscles in my back are coiled, ready. The world shrinks to this single moment. The pick, the stone, the coming impact. There is no past. There is no future. There is no hope. There is no despair. There is only the work, the clang. That is the first thing, the last thing, the only thing.